Hello there everyone, Seb here and welcome to another video. Today we are doing a little unboxing video here. I put up a little poll on the channel asking if you guys would be interested in seeing me unbox some CDI and Video City stuff. And here we are, 8 kilograms of just that. So this is going to be fun. Right out of the gate I do need to apologize because I did lie, I'm afraid. Because it's actually 2 boxes of 8 kilograms. Strap in, we're going to be here for a while. And I did make a little start on the tape because it was taped shut so well. And I tried to cut through it, but it was disastrous. So let's just tear through here because we'll be on here quite some time. There won't be anything super special here. Especially not when considering that CDI stuff, like there's no CDI titles here for my collection, I don't think, that I don't already own. However, it does contain some video CDs that I do not own. And I never really set out to collect for video CD, but I should have gotten just a normal knife, Seb. What are you doing with just scissors? There we go, finally, jeez. If you collect for CDI, then there is no avoiding Video CD. You will pick them up eventually. And what I did last year was actually just look at some of those again. And also play some of those in my glitched out Discord server. Shameless plugin, but, or plug. Shameless plugin, whatever. But if you haven't check that out, then I would love to see you over there. Maybe we can have some more movie nights there with some video CDs. But yeah, I just discovered like Video CD does have a lot of movies that I really enjoy. It's just from that golden age of the 80s and the 90s, you know, a lot of those movies. And sure, you can get stuff on DVD and Blu-ray, but those I can't play on my CDI player. So, you know, it's kind of just a fun thing, and I will not go out of my way to actually get video CDs, but when they're in a pack like this, and there is a bunch that I do not own, I'm like, yeah, sure, that'll be good, because I'm not exactly sure how many titles are in this pack, but I'm sure it comes down to less than $2 per CD. So, as I'm collecting and I'm cataloging my CDs. I don't mind the doubles because I need to trade off a lot anyway. So, you know, some doubles on that front may be good as well. Anyway, let's dive in. Keeper of the City is a movie that I don't actually know and is a video CD that I don't have. But I've never actually seen the movie either, I don't think. For those who don't know how Video CD work, it's the most annoying part of Video CD, but they are always, for a movie-length video, on 2 CDs. So halfway through the movie you need to get up and switch to disc, which can be kind of annoying, but you know, Laserdisc, you have to flip the thing, so those were the old days of technology. I'm not going to check them, I'll do that later on in my own time, but we have so many to go through, and Grizo has found something to chew up. I don't know what it is with cats and plastic or tape, but they just love the stuff. So here's a cool game. It's Who Shot Johnny Rock, and that's a FFV shooter game, works with the Peacekeeper gun, and this is, yeah, it's a fun game. There's some sticker residue on there, otherwise looks fine. I'm not going to check them all, but just to check this one over here. I think it only smudged a little bit, so I think these discs are pretty good. For those who are looking to collect for CDI, it is one of the systems that you can kind of collect for with ease in a way that you don't have to worry too much about games being destroyed. This was from a period where everyone still had a lot of respect for CDs. Anyway, this is another CDI. This is Tell Me Why, and this is I'm looking in the light, and that's making my vision even worse than normal, so I can't tell if it's 1 or 2, but there's 2 versions of it, and they're both good. They're fun little, well, they're not really games, but there are things for kids to learn from, and it's quite fun little CDI projects. This is Star Trek 5. Not the best in the series, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure. Is it 5 or is it 4? I swear I can't see anything. I think this is 5. This is Belushi, Royce. I think this is a movie that I did pick up fairly recently, but I have never watched it, so I don't know what it's about. So that's going to be fun. That's going on the to watch pile to check out. This is, I don't know, this is an anime? I can't read the name. I don't know. Someone will probably recognize it real quick and let me know in the description. I don't have many anime on Video CD. I think I do have Street Fighter 2, so you know I can say I can play Street Fighter 2 on CDI. And I have Akira, and I think that's about it for Video CDs. Metal McCree, classic. The later American Lazy games on CDI got a bit better. This one is a bit sluggish compared to, for example, Who Shot Johnny Rock, but you know, it's still a classic. So that's cool. This is one of Philips's art display things. They had this whole thing where they had like these CDIs where you can just look at art and get a bit of information about it, which is interesting in a way, but not so much for gamers. But I don't know. I kind of like those things. But yeah, I have that one already. I think in both English and Dutch. This is Het Grote Wonder. This is there is an English version. What is it called in English? A Child is Born. That's it called in English. I think I have both of them, and it's about pregnancy and birth. Interesting, kinda. But you know, not super interesting for gamers. And here's the other Tell Me Why. Good to know if you start to collect for CDI that in Europe we had these little boxes here. I like to call them Fragilite because it's very rare where they are intact like this one. Usually this is just glued on here, and usually this just breaks off, and it even broke off back in the 90s. So finding one that still is like in working condition like this one is kind of a rarity nowadays. So it's nice to see. And these were the earlier game releases were on these longer boxes. In the US you had actual long boxes. They look awesome. Here's another one of these long boxes. There's a whole bunch of them in there, by the way. And this is Pinball. Not a very good pinball game, but you know, it's a game. And this, for example, also came out in a normal dual case. So you know, there's different variants for those who want to hunt them out as well. Here we go. See, this is what I mean. These covers, they always break off. It's unfortunate. I guess you can glue them in again, but just live with these things always separating. It's anyway. This is a cartoon jukebox. This is for kids. Like you can just make your own kind of cartoons. I think that's right. You can change some small things, I think, and then you have like your own cartoons made. For the time it was kind of interesting and cool. Over here we have another broken case, of course. This is Schilderschool 2. What was the English school? I don't know. But it's like a painting program. The back cover of this one is gone. That's interesting. Usually that's very rare to be missing the back inlays of these Fragilite boxes, but oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just a painting program, a very basic one, obviously. And they, for some reason, made two where the only big difference is like the backgrounds that you can use, and I think it also has some like where you can color images in and such. So, you know, here's the... I'm trying to go a bit fast through this because there's so much to go through. And here's Mother Goose, Rhymes and Color. Also a little entertainment kind of things with storytelling, and I'm kind of a sucker for these kind of games. CDI was just really good for this kind of stuff, you know, for these kind of kids entertainment software like things. You know, and on PC you had Freddy the Fish, for example. Did I pick everything out of there except for the disc? Everything flew out. Oh, and this is the first Paint School. I'm not sure if Paint School is now the actual name or if the English version. But yeah, everything fell out. These boxes, man, they are the worst. It's no wonder that Philips just went for normal jewel cases eventually. The US long boxes are actually really good. I love those. Here's Laser Lords. This is a game that I really need to cover at some point because it's a fantastic little adventure game for the time. If you want info about this game, then I can highly recommend the channel called CDI Queen. Her Majesty really did an excellent job in showing off Laser Lords. She is a huge fan of Laser Lords. She even has like a puppet here. She has, so that's really awesome. Highly recommend it. And is this the English version? Or I can't read it. I cannot read it. We'll see. Yeah, this is the English version. That's awesome. Because those are better to trade, you know. This is Karaoke One. There was a lot of karaoke stuff on CDI as well. These are Dutch songs. I do have this, but this box looks like in a lot better shape as the one that I have, so that's cool. And this is All the Fun of the Fair. Another one of those kids entertainment like activity things. This one is actually kind of interesting in that it's a story you go through and there's some mini games here and there. But what's cool is like you can kind of shape the story as you go along by making some choices, like will you go that way or do you go there? And you know, that changes kind of how the story goes. And I don't know, I love that kind of interactive stuff back in the day as a kid. I really enjoyed that one. This is Cool Oldies Jukebox. I thought it was called Golden Oldies Jukebox, not Cool Oldies. Am I just remembering wrong? Mandela effect here? This box feels really light. I can't even open it. I'm also always, there we go, like afraid to break it off. No, this in here. And these grayer boxes, by the way, these tended to be a lot more sturdy. I'm not sure where these were like published exactly. But yeah, a lot of these games come in these gray boxes and they are for some reason a lot sturdier. And it, like every one of those things we've gotten, at least the entertainment stuff, like the Tell Me Why boxes, I also have in gray. Oh, here we have the Golden Oldies. Okay, so this one, I'm sure I don't have. So that's cool. That's a CDI that I don't have. And here's then Golden Oldies. These are just some music mostly, I think, with some cartoons overlaid there, which can be fun. We should check that out at some time. Here is A Visit to Sesame Street, Numbers. Does there have to be the next one? Yep. There's also letters. These are really good. Also, these are still, to this day, just fun for kids. It's really something that CDI excelled at, and these were also worked on by the people who did Sesame Street themselves. So you know, there was some quality check in that. And I think this is actually the last time that what's his name, Henson, actually voiced his characters before tragically passing away. So it's interesting in that regard as well. Then we have Noah's Ark, which is like also a cartoony thing. You know, you go through the story, and yeah, I just kind of I loved these things back in the day, and I still have a soft spot for these things. And really, put these up now for a kid, and because of the cartoony graphics, they tend to hold up fairly well. Of course, they are pixelated if you just put them on a 4K television nowadays. But especially with some upscaling, they can still be quite entertaining, I think, for kids. A lot of the stuff is just timeless. Here's an actual game, Alien Gate. It's a shoot 'em up, and it's from the guys who make The Apprentice and such. One of, if not the earliest game they made, and it kind of shows because it's very basic. Not super fun, but we should check that out as well at some point. And here's the everyone had this one because it came with your CDI. I say that, but that's not actually true. These you could buy them for, believe me, for $100. I think even more when it initially released. But yeah, Captain's Interactive Encyclopedia. It's a classic, and yeah, I checked it out a lot. It was just magic, you know. There's like this time machine thing in there, and it's just fun. And wow, I can look stuff up on the TV. It was still a very big novelty because who likes to read books? But now it's on TV. Then I'm all of a sudden a bit more partial towards learning. Here's another game, Voyeur. We actually did a review on this one. Interesting game. Kind of from that period of Night Trap and such FMVs, where you are the voyeur, where you have to point out the criminal by being a creepy dude, spying into all those women who are on the bed, because of course they put that in. They had to have some sex appeal in there. This is Alice in Wonderland. This is actually a remake of the Commodore 64 Alice in Wonderland, but in the engine of Laser Lords. It works really well. I also really enjoyed this one. Is this the English? I think this is the Dutch version because it starts with a J. And that's unfortunate. I don't know if I think I have the English version. But yeah, also really enjoyed that one. This is Astrology from Time Live. It's just a educational disc about astrology, which, you know, is cool, I guess. I never checked that one out. I should do that at some point. Oh boy. Potentially one of the worst games on CDI. Video Speedway is an absolute disaster. It is awful. I have a review on the channel on this, and it's not a good game. I've never gotten far in it either, but I can't really get myself to put out a challenge to actually beat it. Origami is, you know, if you want to, how do you call it? Fold. Yeah. If you want to fold origami, well, here's your disc to learn and do that. And what else do we have? CD Shoot. Talk about a basic game. It's clay pigeon shooting on CDI. I don't think it has a way to actually calibrate the gun, believe it or not, which kind of sucks, because that would be ideal, of course, but oh well, it's a very basic game, and one of the earliest titles that came out. Palm Springs Open is a golf game. I have a bit of a soft spot for this one. It doesn't hold your hand at all, so it can be a bit frustrating, but once you do get to grips with how to judge stuff, it can actually be very rewarding. And at the time, these graphics, like, it's just photos basically, so it looked as amazing. So I have a bit of a soft spot for that one. Like, if you put it on a golf game nowadays, it's, can't even call it golf anymore because you have so many helping things in there that, you know, the game basically plays itself. Here is talking about basic. This is Connect 4. Who needs a collection of family games? No, just one. Just Connect 4. And yes, it is just Connect 4. It's as basic as it gets. It's kind of ridiculous. And these were the games that Philips put out as games. These were your lineup. Like if you were the early adopter of CDI, then if you wanted to game, then that was your stuff that you had to reach for. And it was the stuff that sold best, of course. Here's another karaoke disc. This is Karaoke Party, which I do not have, so that's cool. Because I don't care about karaoke, so I never, search one out in particular. But if I get one in a lot that I don't have, then I'm always super excited, of course, to have something added to the collection. So I'm very, very glad with that. This is another art thing, museum thing. I can never get this name right, and I can't read it right now, so you can read it for yourself. I just recognize it from the picture here. Yeah, I kind of like this stuff, this reference material. I kind of like it. Pecco's Bill is another story disc. So, good fun, especially for the kids, of course. But I'm a kid at heart, so I can still enjoy this stuff. I do have this one already, so that's a bit of a bummer, but hopefully I can find someone who will find some joy in that and get some trades going. And now let's see the actual jewel cases here, because I wanted to tell you about jewel cases for CDI, because they are not normal jewel cases, they are slightly different. This is Andrew Lloyd. I think this is actually potentially one of the rarer discs in this lot. I do have it already, but you don't see this one all too often. But yeah, what do you call that thing? The CD inlay for CDI discs is different. It has like a bit of an indent over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is depressed a little, and it has CDI, which this CDI logo tends to fade, which is a shame. So it's always nice to see, even like crappy games, it's always nice to see this one intact. And also over here it says CDI Interactive, and this part is completely blank, where in a normal case you have digital audio here and digital audio over here, although this one is upside down. So that's different. So even crappy discs can have some value in just a case, because a lot of cases are broken or such. And whilst the outside you can easily replace, the black part you cannot. However, not all discs came in that CDI marketing. This is Pocahontas, and this is not the Disney movie. Disney didn't make anything, didn't release anything on video CD. So this is just probably. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of those, not bootleg, but kind of riding on the success of Pocahontas in theaters at that time, and not as good. Although that being said, I never really cared much for Pocahontas from Disney either. Not their greatest work. And here we have Rise of the Robots. Is there any version of Rise of the Robots that's any good? It's pretty disastrous. This one's kind of hilarious because it tells you somewhere on the disc, I can't read and see where, but somewhere on here it tells you that you need to have the digital video cartridge, and that's a complete lie because it doesn't. But yeah, I did a review of that in the past. So if you want to see more of CDI Rise of the Robots, then check that one out. But don't play it; it's not fun. Here is Strip Poker Live. This is also a game that you don't see too often. It's not rare by any stretch of the imagination. But those guys, they just want to keep this one for some reason. And yeah, it's strip poker. I don't think this has complete nudity. It's still kind of family friendly, but we'll need to go. There's a couple of strip poker games for CDI because porn sells, so why not? Burn Cycle. If you have a CDI, you need this game. This is an awesome game, really fun. Is this one complete? No, unfortunately. Wait. You are in there, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, crap. It is complete because it is supposed to come with this little information booklet. And this is not supposed to come out, but oh well. We will fix that. And yeah, it has this cool little fluorescent green case, which I always enjoyed. Really cool. And here we have body contour. It's a CDI in Dutch, unfortunately. Well, you know, but this is just fitness. Do the aerobics with the guy or the girl, and you get fit and such. And it has some recipes in here, and you know, some explanations. And yeah, it's fitness. It's not fun. But oh well, it is kind of interesting. I do have that one already. I even checked it out on one of the streams, I think. Basti and Adriaan, and this is In het Wilde West. So in the wild. This is, for me, this is my childhood, okay? I love these guys growing up. These are a clown and an acrobat, and they go on adventures, and they are super fun. This case is kind of broken, unfortunately, and I think from all the things they have released, this is the one that I already actually had, so that's a bit of a shame, but oh well. And this is the other encyclopedia that's quite common. This is the Dutch encyclopedia from Philips, which came out a lot later than the Compton one. So it's a bit more advanced, but it's in Dutch. And here we have Top Gun, and here is a nice example of why it is so hard to avoid video CD when you are collecting CDI, because when CDI was still in its prime, so around 93, 94, Philips brought out the video CD format, but they brought it out in this format here, where look, it has the CDI thing. It says here CDI, Compact Disc Interactive as such. Oh no, digital video. It says digital video on CDI. But in actuality, like, this is just a video CD, so how am I supposed to catalog this? Is it CDI? It also has the catalog number of CDI, but it is in video CD format, so it's kind of hard. And then you have video CDs, or that looks like video CDs that kind of have a CDI format, so it gets really, like, the line gets blurred very fast with video CD and CDI. Here is Karaoke, which one is this? Karaoke Kids. This is another karaoke that I do not own, so happy to have that one. Always cool to get some more actual additions to the collection. Here is Madoc McCree 2. This one is a bit better than the first one, I think. A lot fairer. But yeah, these things work well on CDI, I think. The Peacekeeper gun isn't the best light gun out there, but it is one that actually works on modern television, so that's kind of neat. One Small Step. Is this just a moon landing? I've never seen this, but this is just a video CD. And one that I obviously don't have. Oh, it's still two. Is this like a documentary or just the moon landing itself? I don't know. We're going to explore that on the Discord at some point, I think, because that could be interesting. This is Intersection. It's a movie video CD. I don't know anything about this one either. I don't think. This is it's kind of funny because we already had the painting school thing, and this is a full-on course, like like, you know, what you now have on Udemy or what's the other one, Skillshare and such. And this was on CDI, where they made some courses, and this is a full one on drawing. And I actually had this. My father got this back in the day, and this one is complete, I think. Yeah, it has the manual and it has the block of drawing paper, or how do you call this? I don't know, I'm not artistic. So I don't know the names of those things. But anyway, it's nice to see this in complete condition, because, you know, that's always nicer to sell. And oh boy, look at here, the disaster is on its way. Here is Chryso, awoken at last. and no doubt going to cause some trouble. But we love you, Grizo. We love you. Here is this is Live with Monty Python. I always want to say Life with Monty Python, but it is Live. No, it is Life. What the heck? Mandela Effect again. And this is also, I think this is actually an actual CDI, but it is basically a video CD, but it's in a CDI format, but it's just Monty Python sketches. André Rieu is a musician in the Netherlands, and you either love him or you hate him, apparently. I'm kind of indifferent, I don't care much either way, but I don't have this one, so I'm glad to have it in that regard. A lot of music, you know, like concerts and so, also came to CDI, which is kind of cool. Like here, Bon Jovi, kind of neat. I think I have this, but not in good condition. And again, it's CDI packaging, and I'm not sure for this one if it's, because it isn't 2 CDs, so good chances that this is actual, again, video CD format, just in a CDI case. But I'm not too familiar with that one. And this is Star Trek The Motion Picture, the first one, which is not the best one of the series. It's unfortunate they took some inspiration from 2001: A Space Odyssey at that point, which, you know, is a fun, well, not fun, but an interesting movie in and of itself, but putting that style into a Star Trek setting, for me, didn't work that well, that first movie, but oh well, what you gonna do? Already had that one as well. Here is Generations. Kind of a guilty pleasure, like it's not the best, but I don't know. It has all the cool Star Trek bits and both captains at the time, you know. So that's kind of cool. And here is Star Trek number 3, which it's okay. I don't hate any of the Star Trek movies. So that's okay. This is The Infected, a horror movie, and this one I don't know. Although, you know, what is funny, a horror movie was actually something that made me interested in this box in particular. Not this one, but this one might also be fun. But we'll come across that other one at some point. But I don't know anything about this one. So if it's any good, let me know. And we're looking forward to checking that one out as well. This is a Sting video CD, so nice, cool. Well, nice if you like Sting, I guess. I'm kind of indifferent. And here we have Tina Turner. I think I have this like 3 times already. That's one that you almost find in every pack. And the 7 Guests, also always nice to see. And this is, I guess, the English version. I think this is the English version. I'm not going to check. I am not going to check. And the backside is folded for some reason. But yeah, awesome game. Although, you know, nowadays a bit redundant. There's no real reason to go back to the CDI version. But at the time, it was a cool game. And here is International Tennis Open 2-player edition. They released this thing twice because the first edition you could not play with 2 players simultaneously, and then they made it update, and there were no updates yet, so you just had to buy it again. Actually, a pretty good game. Not gonna lie, it looks nice. Again, it has this photo thing going on. And it doesn't play half bad. It's actually a pretty decent tennis game at the time. But it just, you know, it takes some time to get back into it. Star Trek 4. Really good one. Really good one. And here we have Star Trek 6. Also a good one. Really cool. Yeah, I kind of wanna check out all them Star Treks again. Now, the only one I don't actually have is the best one, damn it. and I didn't look out in getting it here either. Anyway, that was box 1. Oh boy, we're only halfway, jeez. Let's open this one up and see what goodies lie in store for us here. But yeah, there was one horror game or movie, and I don't know why or how we got up to it, but we were looking at this other movie, not even a horror game, but we were watching something on the Discord server. Again, that's the glitched out Discord server. Love to see you there. I hate to plug my own stuff like that, but I just suck at promoting, so you know, it seems like a good moment to do that as I tear through here. But yeah, for some reason I got reminded of this movie that should be in this box, and I hadn't seen it in years, and I actually went out to look like, okay, does a Video City actually exist for that movie? And sure enough, it does, but it costs $25. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying $25 for a Video City, thank you very much. But when I looked at this lot, I noticed that it was in there. Is this like, what the hell is this? Oh, right, I see what it is. I see what this is. This is the medical encyclopedia from Philips, and it appears to be complete. This is in Dutch, which is kind of unfortunate maybe. But yeah, they made the standard encyclopedia, and they had this, which is just about medical knowledge, and it came in this big box. And that was cool. The other encyclopedia also came in a big box, actually. But yeah, those boxes tend to be thrown away. So it's always nice to see them in you know, complete state. And these are just demo version of that encyclopedia. Can you imagine a demo for this kind of stuff? And there's 2 for some reason. Yeah, I'm swimming in those. And this is another demo disc. Yeah, the free Gold Club disc. Also very common over here. I think this was in association with the Free Record Shop, where you could get that with your CDI stuff. So what do we have here? Oh wow, those are all, that is interesting. Oh let's first go here. Here is Free Fall. Yeah, I don't think I know this one, but maybe if I see it, I'm like, ah, yeah, that movie. I tend to be like that, where I forget the name, but it doesn't ring a bell for me. So looking forward to checking that out as well. Then we have Karaoke Classics number 2. I think I have this. I'm not entirely sure. I might actually not have that one. Then we have the History of Aviation. Sounds interesting. I guess this is Video City. Yes, I don't have this one, so that's cool. This could be interesting to check out. I mean, most of those things should still hold up fairly well. You know, what was history in the 90s is still history, or maybe ancient history by now. The Battle for Arnhem. Is this like a documentary again? That would be cool. Or was this yeah, I think so. Another one I don't have, so quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Frauds. Phil Collins. I think I know this one, but again, I can't really recall. So that's it's kind of cool. I had that for a while now, where my memory is just a bit so I recently watched Ghostbusters, and I didn't remember anything of it, so it was like seeing it for the first time again, which with a lot of movies isn't a bad thing. This is Football, another like reference title about soccer. Not super interesting really, but this is actually one of my more favorite games for CDI Kefir. yeah, just a fun little mashup between kind of a Star Fox thing where you don't cheat, you just avoid, and a maze thing and some light puzzles, and it has some good atmosphere. Story makes no freaking sense though. But who cares? The gameplay is fun, so that's kind of cool. And that's one of the earlier games from Infogrames actually. Here's Steel Machine. Hard as balls, this game, but kind of fun, and it has some excellent music. So yeah, I do recommend you check it out, but you might go slightly mad if you try to actually complete it. I did finish the boss, but my goodness, is it hard. This is Staat in de Sterren. I think this was, I've never seen it, but I think this is was a TV program over here in the Netherlands. About astrology and such. Not entirely sure. Never checked this one out, even though I have it, so I should do that at some point for sure. But yeah, especially those Dutch ones, they don't have my priority. What is this? Solar System. Yes, this is one that I did not have. It's not rare by any means, but it just never crossed my path. So super chuffed to have this one now in the collection. Because this was one where I was like, yeah, I'll find it eventually. It just never came up, and I never hunted it down. And this is like also an entertainment thing. It does have some fun interactive things as well. I think this has like gravity golf, where you have to put a ball on a planet, and you know, based on the gravity, your shot will vary, which is seems like kind of fun to mess around with for a bit. This is Caricature. It's like you take a photo and you morph it a bit. Unfortunately, it's not really possible to import your own photos, so you know, it's kind of limited in that regard. But yeah, it's kind of what those early Windows programs did as well. But without the ability to get your own photos in there, it's kind of oh boy, Loving for a Lifetime, that's it called. Is this the English version? Because there is... Nope. It's the Dutch version. But I think there is an English version of it where they did translate it. If you want to learn about how to sex, then this is your title. And it doesn't have an age marking on here. Oh, it does, 16. Yeah, because nothing is censored in this thing. I just want to check something real quick. Alright, I can't find it, but there should be a code in here somewhere. And the reason I check it is because mine has 6969. They knew what they were doing, and I was just curious, like, is that just like a lucky thing, or did they just, you know, do that for everyone? I expect a letter. But yeah, again, just fair warning, this one is not censored at all. And it really goes into detail on how to have sex together, and you know, how to do the foreplay and how to make it enjoyable for your partner, which really makes me wonder, who is this even for? Like, can you imagine, like, oh honey, I got you a present. Like, oh, that's gonna be an awkward evening that day. I don't know, man. Anyway, we have Arctic Blue from Rutger Hauer. Do I know this one? I don't know. We actually watched a couple of Rutger Hauer movies on the Discord, so this will fit in nicely as well. What do we have next? Op Center, OP Center. I don't know this movie at all. It doesn't ring any bell, like not even the title. I'm like, huh? I'm not even sure if it's Op or OP Center. I don't know. Then we have, here we go. So this was the movie that I wanted to check out, that I was thinking of, Braindead, Peter Jackson. Such a weird, hilarious movie, but I haven't seen it in years. I don't know anything about it anymore, other than it made me laugh very hard when I saw it. So I was like, oh, I want to see that again. And maybe it's on video CD, and look at that, we found it. We're going to check this out on the Discord for sure. And if it's as good as I remember, we're going to have a complete laugh with that one. I thought it was a hilarious horror comedy movie. So we'll see. The Hunt for the Red October, classic, Sean Connery in there. I do have it, but you know, we shall find another good home for that at some point. Don't you drop down, buddy. Then we have Alive. I don't have the Video City, but Alive, it always makes me remember of that little joke in The Simpsons where Homer is cheering Marge up for a fright of flying with some wholesome movies.
She's fine.
Anyway, we have here, what's this? FTW, For the Win? I don't know what it is. It's probably not For the Win. If I can't recognize it, I can't read it right now. Here we have War Years. The War Years. Is this? This is Video City. Okay, so just black and white images from the war times. That's kind of cool. Narrated by someone I don't know. That's going to be interesting as well. Next we have Brussels. Sorry about that. Grizo didn't get enough attention and especially not enough Grizo snacks, so he decided to snack on my palm tree in the corner. Anyway, I don't know what this is exactly, but we shall find out. And the important thing for me now is that I do not own this one, so that is cool. And I've got another thing to check. I've got a lot of movies to check out. Oh boy. This is a porno movie, great. I think Penthouse, Forbidden Fantasies, a lot of porno Video City, a lot of smut stuff. And Leave the Skits, another one about loving, huh? I don't know this one at all. You know, not too surprising, like back in the 90s, wasn't really my genre yet. Not that it's now, but... what is this? This is... Oh, Cruel Passion. Is that another? Of course it is. Of course it is. I might actually need to freaking censor some of these bits here, because there's some actual porn in here. I'm probably not going to share those in the Discord, so if you are planning to join the Discord for just that, don't you bother. The Untouchables. We're back to some normal movies. Good, good. What do we have next? Karaoke, another karaoke. This one I don't have, so that's cool. Is this like in 4 languages? That's kind of neat. Yeah, most karaoke stuff I have is in Dutch, so getting that in other languages is cool too. Although, you know, I'm not a fan of the slagers, but whatever. The Naked Gun. I love The Naked Gun. Such a fun movie. It's just dumb humor in general is just my thing. Merlin's Apprentice, back to an actual game here. Yeah, fun game. Cool little puzzle game. Recommend it. I did a review of it last year actually, so that's cool. Strike Pro, soccer game, football game, whatever you want to call it. I did do a review on it, but I'm not very proud of that review. I was very harsh on this game because I just don't care about football, and it really showed. I should go back to it and actually give it a more fair assessment, I suppose, and maybe also get someone involved who's actually into the sport more, and you know, has more experience with sensible soccer in specifically, because it's kind of based off that. Here's Caesar's World of Boxing. Cats, man, cats. Anyway, not the best game out there, especially in the control department, but it also has these lovely campy cutscenes, which, you know, kind of redeems it a little. And what do we have next? Back to the big boy. Oh, this is the one-player international tennis. Cool. So you had that, and then you had to get another one if you wanted to actually play it with 2 players at once. El Cid, think I have this one, but I have not checked it out. The box is all weird. But yeah, I do have this one, but I've not seen it. And for some reason, this is in a double CD box. Which in a way is always nice, because there's also some, for example, PlayStation games that come in these boxes that can be broken. So, you know, if you have a cheapo video CD like this that has these boxes, you know, you've got a nice replacement box like that. So that's cool. Voyage. Another Rutger Hauer movie. Cool. Cool. Don't know that one. Hey, Griezel buddy. Are you done messing about? Nah, just passing through. Bye. This is Body of Evidence. No clue what it is. Not a big box here. Cool. East 17. So that's music. Then we have René Frower. Not so cool music, but you know, it is music. Next we have Ray Charles, The Genius of Soul. Much better. Then we're almost there, Kickboxer 4. I think I have this 3 times now. Super campy movie. Count Basie, Blues, I guess. Don't know this one. And then we have the Rolling Stones Live Max. I don't have this one. Rolling Stones stuff is one of those things that tends to get a bit higher in price no matter what kind of format it's on. This is Wild of Hearts, not a movie I have no clue about. Okay, and this is another one that I was very interested in obtaining. Hondenliefde. I have this one, but my disc has a small bit of damage over here, and it works for the most part. And the only thing on the disc is I have found where it crashes, and you're not gonna believe this. The only part that it crashes on is explanation about guide dogs. You can't make this shit up. Yes, I'm really happy to have this one in a working condition, like fully working, because this is just a Dutch CDI about dogs and how to take care of them. But it's not very common. You don't see this one a whole bunch, and if you do, it tends to be like 30 euros or so. This is Fatal Attraction. I do have that one, so I recognize it. Zo eenvoudig. There is also a English version of this, and this is a encyclopedia about animals, so kind of cool. And then we have USA 94, a disc about the World Cup of football back in 1994 in the USA of A. I mean, you kind of got it from the title, I suppose, but for some reason I felt like I needed to elaborate. Vins de France. It's a CDI about the wines of France. Oh, I thought the disc was not there, but it's just like sandwiched in there. Wow. Okay. This version is not complete because this is one of the weirdest releases for CDI, because it came in like a wooden box. And it had this disc in it, had some cards in it. So this is just a disc, it's not complete, unfortunately. Another demo disc here for CDI games. Just a bunch of movies of the games. Although it does have one movie on there of a unreleased game, so that's kind of cool. This is another demo thing. Which one is this? Because I don't recognize it. Okay, yeah, I do have a Philips audio and video products. This one is from September 1992, so a very early one. I think the one I have is a later one, but I'm not entirely sure. And then we have a nice badge over here. And these are Well, not all of them, but some are still completely new, so that's cool. This is a series of video CDs of topics. I'm not sure how big this series is, how many parts there are actually, but it's Eyewitness. This is Skeleton, so all about the skeleton. This is Elephant, still in its wrapper. This is Dinosaur. This is Amphibian. This is Dog. This is Reptile. This is Horse. This is Shark. I'm pretty sure there is also one for just fish. I'm not sure if I have that one. I have a bunch, but there's so many of these, I don't know which ones exactly. And there is Cat, and I believe there's also one for jungle, out of the top of my head. And then there's probably some other ones, but yeah, I don't know exactly how big this series is, but you see these pop up now and then as video CDs. And I'm sure there's a couple in here that I do not have, so that's cool. And then we have another one over here, Defender of the Crown. Really fun game. Not the best version maybe, but I sure as hell enjoyed it on CDI. And another demo disc for CD Online. No, it's a different one as the other one we saw the other day. But yeah, this one is also almost in every pack, because you kind of got this in the mail if you were signed up. And yeah, that's all the disc. What a lot! Wow! And they did for some reason put in some pins here, so that's cool. Are these CDI pins? I have a CDI pin, so that's kind of cool. Yes, these are the CDI pins. Yeah, I have one of these as well, so that's pretty cool. Need a bit of cleaning there, but yeah, these are just CDI pins. So that's I kind of like that. I keep thinking like I need to put it on as I do a video, but I keep forgetting. But yeah, I had one. Now I have 3 of the thing, or 4, so I can give some away at some point with some games. That's neat. Oh boy, that took a long while. Anyway, I am super stoked for all the stuff here. A lot of things I don't have yet, mainly video CDs, but that's great. And the things that I do have, I need to check if it's an actual variant, and if not, I will have a whole bunch of CDI stuff up for trade very soon. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And if you want to join me in checking out some of these videos, then do once again join me on the Glitched Out Discord server. I would love to see you there. But otherwise, of course, I would love to see you in any video, one of mine, one of yours. I'm going to wash my hand because they are all dusty and nasty from all these cases. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care. For now, muzzle.